Hey guys, it's Greg here for GAK. I'm here with my good friend Mike from Roland. We're here to talk about a really new, really exciting product release. This is the new VAD506. So what's the main thing about this kit?
So the main thing about this kit is the look, for starters. Obviously, it's not your traditional Roland drum kit, I don't think. You know, it's acoustic drum shells. You've also got a brand new module, which you'll kindly take us through.
Yeah.
And
it looks absolutely gorgeous. So you can tell straight away from looking at it, you've got full-size shells. So we got 20, 10, 12, 14 snare as well.
Yep.
And then you've got 14-inch crash, 18-inch digital ride, 16-inch crash, and VH11s?
VH10s.
VH10s.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, so like you say, you know, we've gone for the big sizes. Luckily with the 27 module now, we can include the digital pads. So like you mentioned, we've got the 14-inch snare, the 18-inch ride cymbal, all with the same features that you have on the TD50.
Sure. So some of you that are Roland aficionados will already know what the digital snare is like on the TD50 and the ride. So you've got 18-inch, they're both connected via USB, so they transmit loads more information compared to typical jack inputs. And the new TD27 module can interpret all of that as well, so you get all that sensitivity. So along with the digital snare and ride, you get 3 sensors inside each of the toms, which is a good way of avoiding hot spotting, meaning that you get really nice directional sensitivity, but you don't get any like little pockets where you get, you know, sort of a much louder triggering or anything like that. You get a really nice even response across the heads. Across the cymbals, you get full playability, I believe.
Yeah.
They're also a little bit thinner and they've got a new feel to them, so they feel more like real cymbals. I don't know if you can see, you can actually bend them a little bit. So again, you know, they feel just like real cymbals to play. They're really nice and responsive. You get loads of dynamics, loads of articulation. It's, you know, a really giant leap towards something that responds, you know, the same as an acoustic kit.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, like you say, the 14-inch and the 16-inch crash cymbal, they're thinner, they're more durable, and they are more flexible.
Yeah.
So when you play it with a stick, it feels more natural, like an acoustic cymbal would, because you have the natural swing to it as well. And especially when, you know, you swing, and because it's more flexible, it almost bends with the stick.
Yeah, sure. A kit like this is going to be aimed at people who are going out gigging a lot, but maybe need to keep things quiet. Obviously, loads of venues now have noise limiters as well, so this is going to be the dream for people that want something that looks and responds like an acoustic kit, but they maybe need to keep the volume down, or they want to be able to control things, or have like loads of sounds at their fingertips. You know, if you take an acoustic kit out to a gig, you have one sound basically. You know, you can edit it a bit, you know, you can put moon gel on, things like that, but with this, you get 55 kits instantly at your disposal. You need to change the kit for a different song. Easy peasy, you just use your little wheel here and you can just move between kits. You've got, you know, different sound for every song if you want.
Yeah, that's perfectly right. So like if 1 second you could be doing a pop song, have clap sound on your snare, layered up with an actual snare sound, and the next kit you could be doing an 80s rock ballad. You need those 80s sounding toms.
Massive like reverb on the snare kind of thing.
Exactly, and you know, just pick up on that point now on here, we've got new reverbs added. So we've got room ambience, we've got overhead mics in there, which you can literally custom your drum kit to sound like you're in different rooms in different kits.
So a lot of those features again are things that have trickled down from the TD50, right?
Yeah,
because
that's right.
Again, on the 50 you could edit room ambience, you could edit mic placement, things like that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you've got loads of those features in this module, right?
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, don't have the mic placement,
sure,
but you do have all the ambient settings, the stereo width, things like that in the 27 module. The ambience is a big thing for us in this,
sure.
As you can hear when you play it, because with acoustic drum shells, you get a specific feel. I mean, with electronics, not so much, because you don't need the acoustic sound.
Yeah.
But when you put your headphones on, when you hear it through a PA system, you need to hear that acoustic sound. The kits in the 27, the first couple of kits especially, they are tailored towards that. So when you're playing it, you're hearing the kit resonance, you're hearing the kit reverb, the room reverb. All this adds to the playability, and all this adds to the experience that you have when you have your headphones on, when you're through a PA system.
And the same thing with the sampling. It's prismatic technology, which is again trickled down from the 50s. So, you know, not only do you get the snare sound when you hit the snare, you get a little bit of, you know,
the colour.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it makes it sound like a kit in a room rather than a series of samples being triggered.
Yeah, or an electric pad in a room with you triggering a
That's
sound.
it, yeah.
Which makes a big difference.
But in terms of the sound in the room as well, they're actually really quiet because the shells are made out of poplar, right?
Yeah.
But quite thick ply, so it actually takes out the shell resonance, meaning that you don't hear loads and loads of the shell resonance, you just get the sound. So it stays really quiet under the stick.
Spot on.
So you're not going to worry about annoying neighbors, or when you're playing, you know, being able to hear sort of the tapping of sticks over your sounds and things like that. It stays really nice and quiet.
Exactly, yeah. So like you mentioned, you know, they are poplar shells, they are premium poplar, but they've been adapted so that, I don't know if anyone out there has tried putting mesh heads on an acoustic kit, but you still get that shell resonance a little bit, not as much obviously as when you have normal drum heads on, but with these heads and with these the drum shells, they've been adapted so they're a thicker ply, so that you stop the resonance, as you rightly said.
Because you have like the weight and like the fittings on the shell, it feels like a real drum to play. You know, it doesn't feel like you know, like a strange little trampoline mesh head on, you know, on a pad kind of thing or anything. It actually feels like a drum. And you know, you've got all these fittings on it. You've got the nice chrome fittings, you've got like actual hoops, you've got new lugs and things like that. So you know, it looks and feels like a real drum kit. You know, with the bass drum like trigger as well. Yeah, feels really like meaty to play, so you're getting like a nice amount of resistance. It just feels very like realistic, basically. Yeah,
which is exactly what we're after. You know, it's a case of when you sit behind the kit, as well as the look from the audience, that it looks real. When you sit behind it, you need to feel like it's real, like it's a real kit. And rightly said, you know, we've got new lugs. All adds to the realism and the experience of you sitting behind the kit, playing it, and feeling like you're playing an acoustic kit rather than an electronic.
Yeah. So in terms of like setup as well, this is obviously like the full whack. You've got, you know, 14, 10, 12, 14, 2 crashes, ride, hi-hat, but you can get it in a slightly reduced one if you want to take like a 1 up, 1 down setup. So the VAD506 comes without this crash, is that right?
Yeah.
And then without one of the tom pads?
Yeah, without the 12-inch tom, yeah.
So you don't have to go for the full setup. If you want to keep things like even more compact, you can do that. But yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be amazing. I think so many drummers are going to realize what's been missing in their life, basically. Like.
We hope so, yeah. But, you know, just picking up on what you said there, you know, if you want to go with a reduced setup, you can do. Yeah. But also the TD27 module, you can expand on that. So you've got 3 additional auxiliary inputs as well. So, you know, if you want to add a second snare, if you want to add another crash cymbal, so rather than, you know, take this set, for example, if you wanted 3 crash cymbals, you can upgrade and you can add cymbals to it. You can add, like, you know, your second snare. You can add another tom pad. All of these things that the TD27 module is capable of, you can add to.
Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, you can basically build your dream setup. You know, if you want a little splash kind of thing, anything like that, you can add them on basically. So,
Exactly, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So tell me about the module. We've got 55 preset kits in there.
Yeah, that's right. 55 preset kits and then 45 user kits. But needless to say, like all V-Drums kits, the first 55 preset kits can also be altered into the user kits.
Yeah, you
as
can
well.
edit them.
Yeah.
And like when we sort of had a quick flick through earlier, a lot of them, because it's, you know, designed to kind of replicate an acoustic kit, a lot of the sounds are, you know, of that kind of nature. You've got some processed ones, you've got some electronic ones, but a lot of them, you know, give you like a really wide and diverse range of acoustic sounds. So again, perfect for if you want that kind of sound on a gig and you need to keep things quiet, or you just want options. It's a great way of getting acoustic kit sounds.
Yeah, spot on.
You know. So in terms of all the like various sounds in the modules, how many do we get?
So we get 700 sounds off the bat. So straight out of the box, you get 700 sounds, and these sounds are taken from TD50, TM6 Pro, and TD17.
Nice. And you can import your own samples as well on an SD card as well?
Yeah, exactly. Import your own
is it
samples.
up to 500, is that right?
Yeah. As long as they're under 180 seconds long as well.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Included 2 direct outputs. So you have your master outputs, which, you know, output wherever you want.
Yeah.
And then you've also got your direct outputs, which you can configure in the module to output what you want, where you want. So for example, if you want your kick and snare to be output separately, so mixed separately, then that's fine. You just go into your into the module, into the system, output, edit, and then just route them wherever you want.
Yeah, I mean that's like a sound engineer's dream.
Exactly.
Because if you just have stereo outs, you have to edit it on the module. Whereas, you know, that sound engineer is probably going to know the room really well, and would just go, right, I need to take out a little bit of 40 kilohertz or whatever. So
exactly. Yeah. You know, just jumping on the back of that as well, you've still got your individual pad EQ in here.
Yeah.
As well as your master EQ and your master compressions, just like you have on the TD50.
Yeah. Yeah. So because you were showing me the signal chain earlier, and you know, it's really neat in that it comes with. You have your whole signal chain. You can see the flow of it, and you can see what affects what, which to me like makes things really clear, because I think that's one of the things that's always really obtuse about signal changes is following it.
Yeah.
But now you have this really neat diagram. Depending on what you need to change, you can just flick through it, and it just goes back. Like it's really like logical and really easy to use. I think it's great.
Yeah, like you say, you know, it's nice and simple, and like you can see what's affecting what.
Yeah.
So, you know, from here quickly, if you see pad volume, right, if I change the pad volume, what does that affect? And you can see that it affects everything after it. So you've got overhead, room, multi-effects, pad compression, pad EQ. So that pad volume affects all of those. Whereas if you want to alter your overheads, then, you know, that only affects overhead. It doesn't affect your room, doesn't affect your multi-effects, doesn't affect your pad compression.
Yeah. So in terms of like dialing in your own sound, this thing is going to be unbelievably powerful, because you just have all of these, you know, kind of almost studio tools at your disposal to really get whatever sound you want out of the kit. And because you've got 45 user ones as well, you can completely customize them and get your own like completely custom sounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amazing.
It can be totally personalized.
Yeah.
You know, whether that's to yourself in your home studio, in your bedroom, or whether that's to a gig scenario. So if you play a gig regularly in a particular venue, you know, just gig number 1, sort of like play a couple of kits, see what you think sounds best, and then, you know, maybe record it and then take it back to your rehearsal studio, have a listen to it, and then do a couple of tweaks and then take it out again.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of rooms are similar, so it's not just, you know, you can take it from venue to venue to venue and use similar effects.
Yeah, and in terms of recording, you get you obviously get MIDI out over USB, and you get audio out over USB as well.
Yep, you get audio over USB.
So you know, you can easily just take your laptop to a gig, record the whole thing, stick it in your DAW. You know,
exactly.
Easy peasy.
You can also record direct to SD card as well.
Oh, nice.
Similar, exactly like the TD-17.
Amazing. So then, in terms of like navigating around, you've got like you've got a dial for your backing tracks, you've got your headphone output, you've got your master output.
Yeah.
Then you've got the you've got your levels here. You've got muffling and tuning as well, like you do on like this sort of 17 and the TD-50.
Yep.
You've got this handy little joy wheel that just, you know, if you want to flick between kits, it's really easy. You can put songs on the SD card, is that right? And import them that way.
Yeah, spot on.
And then you've just got these handy little buttons here for just navigating around the menus. And again, really nice and easy and logical. You've got your kit chain here. You can then enter into anything to do something more specific, or you can leave that, and then you've just got your system there as well. So anything you need to do, like changing your outputs or USB audio, again, they're all there. They're really easy to use.
Another useful feature on the TD-17 is Bluetooth. So like the TD-17 KV and KVX models, the TD-27 KV TD-27 KV and TD-27 module comes with Bluetooth.
Yeah, so you can stream audio in, play it onto any tracks. You don't need any wires.
Exactly.
You've got songs on your phone, tablet, whatever. You can just stream it straight into there and play along to your favorite tracks.
Exactly.
Amazing.
You know, you've still got your standard mix import. So if you're using a laptop or something, you know, for example, you can always just connect it wirely, analog if you like.
Yeah.
Rather than wirelessly from your phone.
So thanks for watching, guys. If you want any more information on, you know, the latest product releases and things like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the GAK channel. We're always doing videos on new releases, letting you know the latest and greatest gear. So thanks for watching. I've been Greg.
I've been Mike.
Thanks very much.